Hello everyone, good afternoon from Baltimore, Maryland. So this is to be a chef for day kitchen, and my name is Miss Monica and this is Matteo.
Hello.
So what we do in this kitchen, Matti?
We just make meals, make healthy, nutritious meals on the budget for a family of 5.
Of $25 for a family of 5. So a quick note about what Be a Chef for Day is. Be a Chef for Day, as Matteo said, is a culinary training program for kids, for youth. We go in public school, in schools actually, and we teach children how to cook on a budget and shop on a budget of $25 for a family of 5. Since the COVID-19 emergency has started, we have decided to open our community kitchen early. We were set to open on November 2020, and we decided to open before so we can provide a nutritious meal to the families that are in need. And we cannot go in schools anymore. So we had to find a way to connect with our students that are on Zoom and be live with you guys. So while the students will be able to see through Facebook Live, I will interact with them on Zoom, and we are going to cook over here. What we have done so far is many of the recipes that we do in school. What we're going to do today is something that we have done in school as well, but it's interesting because on Fridays, with the Be a Chef for Day kitchen, we deliver home a bag of groceries. This week, those 2 cans were in our grocery bags. Cherry tomatoes, cranberry beans, fagioli borlotti, e pomodorini pachino. 2 very important ingredients of the Italian cuisine, Mediterranean diet. 2 very important ingredients for a very healthy diet. But how we go from these 2 to a very healthy and delicious meal? That's a trick. So let's go over some of the ingredients that we always use in this kitchen. Extra virgin oil. This is Pompeian because they supported us since the beginning, but we use their extra virgin oil. You see, I'm going to use a mix today of the organic and the robust. So Himalayan salt. Himalayan salt, my accent. Turmeric, curcuma, sale fino. It's Mediterranean sea salt. Black pepper. What else, Matteo? What are we using? We're using a mix of white onion and yellow onions. And this is sage and mint from our herb garden. So what we're going to do is we're going to use 2 beautiful leaves over here. And Matteo, what is this?
A red pepper.
Yeah, red pepper, red hot pepper. So the recipe is incredibly easy, and we only use 1 pot. So there's a friend of ours in here, hot water, and we will be able in 30 minutes to transform this in a delicious meal. Trust me, we will make it happen. Matteo, there is anything that you would like to do? Or do you just want to talk about what we're doing? I'm going to start.
Cut the onions.
Yes, okay.
I'll cut the onions.
Matteo's going to cut the onions. Okay. And I'm going to cut a little bit of this. Is that all right, Matteo?
But
Okay. So what happened this week at Be a Chef for Day? We have celebrated an incredible milestone. We celebrate 10,000 meals delivered at home. We actually also celebrate 11,000 meals because we are already over 11,000. What happened also this week? We welcomed 4 youth from the Office of Children and Family Success. 4 youths that are going to work with us for the next 2 months, and hopefully we will train them and they will stay with us for a longer time so we can hire them in the summer as well. Yesterday Nate, was in the kitchen with me and with Gilda, and I think he really enjoyed it. So I'm very happy that we were able to get them here, and I'm incredibly happy that we will be able to keep them with us. What else happened in this week? We had look at what Matteo did! While Mama was now looking, he did something you're not supposed to do. He removed which part?
The bottom.
At the bottom part. So
So
if you don't want to start crying when you're cutting an onion, right, Matteo? You should not do what he just did.
It's just sweat in my eyes.
It's not sweat. It's not sweat. It's crying. It's onion crying. So next time, don't do like he did.
No.
So don't remove the bottom part so you're not going to start crying. Is that all right, Matti?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm just used to doing it like that.
Okay. Notwithstanding, Mom.
I'm used to crying.
You're used to crying, the onion crying?
Yep.
Okay. So, ready? Let me help you out. Is that all right?
Yep.
Thank you.
What did you say you're going to do?
No, no very good. So Miss Monica just let an onion sleep because we have now removed the part properly. Okay, and then go wash your hands, please.
Yes.
Thank you. So what is going to happen is we're going to start our induction cooktop. Why do we use induction cooktop? Because we're used to going to schools, and in schools that are not so. Plus, it's a little dangerous, okay? So we want to make sure that our kids are always safe. Induction, it's important. You can touch the surface everywhere from everywhere, and it's not going to hurt you because basically the heat goes from the bottom to the pan directly. Obviously, you have to use a specific pan. It's an induction pan. So what is going to happen right now is that I put the equivalent of, let's say, 3 tablespoons of extra virgin oil. Everything goes inside. There's only one thing that we're not putting at this time, salt. We don't want what? Let's see if you remember. I'm not going to do this to put you on the spot, by the way.
Yeah, I forgot.
Okay. So what you don't want to do when you cook, for instance, zucchini or onions that has water inside, you don't want to salt it right away because otherwise you let the water comes out and you don't want to do it. So let's start with keeping your surface clean. In the kitchen, everything must be always clean. And look at what is happening in our pan. Now, I don't see you guys, but I know that Vincenzo, that it's making sure that we are here, is going to put this live on Facebook. At least that's what I think. I don't know. But Ms. Lisa is in the back of the camera, and she will be able to ask us any question that you want. And kiddos, if you have the question, use the chat, so I will be able to see what you want to ask me. So we could have been very fancy, okay? I could have opened this and put it in transparent ball and let you see how they look like, yes. But what I want to do is I want to show you that what we give to our families at home can be transformed into a nutritious, delicious meal, because that's the purpose of what we do. Matteo, how does it smell right now?
It's actually really nice. I like the added smell that the mint and the sage gives it.
Mint and sage, a very nice combination.
That you don't see a lot.
We don't see a lot, but we have found very unusual combination lately, right?
Yep.
We have used fresh oregano on our meatballs, and those were absolutely delicious. Yes, even Miss Lisa confirmed, and she doesn't like much beef. So let's give the recipe once again for 5 people. Matteo, do you know how to give them a recipe?
1 onion.
One small onion.
One small onion, just about a little bit bigger than this one.
Yeah, it's a mess, so but it's alright.
We have red pepper.
Hmm?
Then
It's optional. If you like a little bit of heat, just put it. If you don't, just keep it aside. We like a little bit of retro taste, heat in retro taste. That's why we use it.
we used about 3 leaves of sage and 3 leaves of mint.
Carrot fresh, possibly from your herb garden or from your pot. You don't want to overheat this, so that's what you're doing basically. At this point, you are going to. Matteo is absolutely positive that I'm going to need this gentleman over here, so I don't get hurt.
Yep.
Why? Because this is happening, okay? So although the flame was very mild, it's on 6 induction cup, that means medium. We can use a tool like this one. You can find in every store. It's gonna save you when you put everything in water that is containing water in a pan. That is boiling extra virgin oil.
But that smells good.
We should have washed the pan, by the way. Okay, so at this point, we're going to let this simmer for 2 minutes, and then we're going to add the fagioli borlotti. We use fagioli borlotti, cranberry beans. You can use any type of beans you like. Matteo, may I have the lid? So at this point, you can use this sauce to make regular pasta. Like if you have spaghetti and you want to make spaghetti with a quick tomato sauce, at this point you are ready. So I don't know how long it took, but 5 minutes. So yes, delicious meal is ready in 5 minutes. At this point, I don't know if you can see it. There is a little bit of extra, but you can see the oil in here. It means, first of all, that the tomato sauce that we've used is very good quality. Very important. When you shop for the best quality you have. And second, that it does not require too much time to cook. So now, I'm going to open fagioli borlotti, the cranberry beans. Wow, that was not ready. I'm old school. I would rather use the can opener. So those fancy containers make me a little nervous. So that's the can of borlotti. I'm not going to give this to Matteo, otherwise he will throw it in the trash, and that's not what I want. So what I want you to do instead is get your pitcher of hot water, get a little bit of it, and just mix it a little bit so you get all the juice that it's inside. Scoop it in here, and then you give it to your child that's going to throw it in the trash can. At this point, we are going to cover. Let this simmer for 2 minutes, and then we're going to add hot boiling water, and we're going to cook our pasta inside. So, and basically you will be done. The time that pasta is cooking, and you will be done. So we were discussing before about what happened this week, this Chef Relay. What happened, Matteo? So it's at 10,000 meals, 11,000 meals. We made very interesting recipe with mozzarella. We made a lentils pasta with a crunchy mozzarella. It was phenomenal. Yesterday, Gilda made, what was the recipe for yesterday? Yesterday, Gilda made penne pasta with piselli, sweet peas, pancetta, bacon, and sausage. We get our sausage from Ostrowski of Bank Street, Mr. Ostrowski's High. It's a small little shop in Bank Street in Baltimore, so around Fells Point area. One phenomenal sausage to go there because they not only support programs like ours, so they give back, but they have delicious kielbasa. So we used a little bit of the kielbasa to add some substances and protein into our meal yesterday. So we are almost ready. The reason why I am touching the lid is because I want to make sure that the temperature inside is very hot before I'm putting water in. So if you do this with an induction cooktop, you're going to see that the temperature first rises in the middle over here and then goes up. So when you have when this part of the is hot, it's the right time for you to put water in. We are going to use only one pot, and I'm going to cook this small little penne pasta that are from Viscosa, and we're going to put it inside, and we're going to cook them inside. Ratio, water, pasta. You don't want to put too much water inside, because if you have hot water in here, you can always add a little bit more. What I want you to learn is that you have to look the recipe and see when to add a little bit more, okay? So better with water, better less, so we can add. If you put too much water, you risk getting soup, and that's not what this recipe is about. Okay, so touch it. Here. Is it hot?
Pretty hot.
Pretty hot. Means we are ready to put our pasta. Any questions from the little one? No, you're shaking their heads. No. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. So we're making this for a family of 5. So what we are going to do, we're going to put 250 grams of pasta. 50 grams of pasta is a good portion for, it's basically half of the package that is found. A little more than half of this. But, so let's learn a little bit of labels, okay? Wait, it's a pound. A pound is 454 grams. So first thing is, this is out. So what I want you to learn is to familiarize when you don't have a scale, how you measure. We learned when we made a risotto that you measure your risotto how?
With your hand,
you use your fist. Fistful is one portion. Okay, so let's say that we don't have a scale. We don't want to use a cup, so that's what we're doing. Cut it in half, and if you use, how much is that? 400 grams is 14 ounces. So if you're using 14 ounces of beans, that has a lot of protein. So you can use half of this and 14 ounces of tomatoes. So you have your vegetables, have your protein, you're adding your grain. You can use any pasta you want. We are using ricotta. It does not, the pasta that we're using in the program does not have any addition. So, for instance, if you look at the ingredients, it only says durum with semolina and water. So there are no vitamins. Why? Because this type of pasta took more time to dry. So the principal ingredient, that is durum with semolina, because it dries slower, it keeps all the nutrients inside. Maybe we're going to have a full lesson on how pasta is made faster. But it's important for you to start reading labels and make sure that you know what you are eating. One rule of thumb is if you can now pronounce it, not because you're foreigner like me, but because you don't understand what it is, don't buy it. It's the peanut butter rule. If it's peanut butter, only has to have peanut butter. Any other ingredient is an addition. So you want it or not, it's up to you. my goal is to give you a little bit more of information, and then you take the information and you do whatever it's better for you. So we're ready, actually. So how are we going to do this without making a mess? Now, as you've seen, I'm using a cutting board, so I'm restraining myself to dirty the entire surface. At this point, before adding the pasta, there are a few things that I'm going to add. A pinch of turmeric, sea salt, do a little bit of, I'm not a big fan of black pepper, but a little pinch is fine. How are we making this happen in the pot? We did this already, right? So we have familiarized already with how much it should go inside. So try to open it up as high as possible. Take time, especially if you do it for the first time. Give yourself the time to learn. If you are a little one, right, kiddos? If you are a little one, do this again. So now it's open. Up. Okay? So we're putting our pasta here. And so, as we said before, we don't want this to be too soupy. So what we're going to do, we're going to give the time to the pasta to cook inside and to use the water that we have to the beans and the tomato to just cook the pasta. It's going to take 3-4 minutes. So I was going to put the lid off, but halfway, because I still want some of the moisture to evaporate. Do you have any question on that, by the way? Not that much?
Are there any questions in the chat?
No question in the chat. No question from our little one. So let's say, what are the other information that we can, how can you serve pasta e fagioli? Pasta and beans? Pasta and beans. So you can serve it as, I will not say as a side, because you already have the protein. So just so you know, this is a full meal. Has already everything you want. But by chance, this Leila gave me with some sorghum. So that is a very good salad. You can use it and make like a green tomatoes and sorghum salad and eat it together. And that would be very, very nice. So let's just check the pasta. You want to stir the pot frequently so the pasta does not stick on the bottom of the pot. Why? Remember, when you cook, the heat is coming from the bottom. And when you have a limited amount of liquid and you have pasta that is absorbing any type of grain, it could be couscous inside here, it could be quinoa, barley. Every grain tends to absorb moisture. So you want to make sure that you stir the pot. So let's say a little bit, then you stop, do this up, another 45, 50 seconds, and then you check again. Few things that I believe are important when you have a meal. It's important to have a warm meal. It's a very big part of what we do as a program. Why do we cook? We cook for many reasons, but most importantly for two. When you cook, you show love to the person that you're sharing a meal with. The second is if you budget your meal and you learn about the quality of your ingredients, you make sure that financially you budget and you always have nutrition and you stay in that budget. So you are what it's in technical term it's called a food secure household. But you also learn about how to have fresh ingredients in your meal and incorporate it with fairly inexpensive. So this can of fagioli borlotti is $1.29. This is $1.98. So you can go at any supermarket and find tomato sauce and whatever kind of beans that has a decent quality. So what should you look for? Sodium, the lowest amount you can. Sodium and salt. You don't want too much. Same thing over here. You don't want sugar and you don't want sodium. So pay attention for the can that has the least amount of sodium in a can, both sides. And be careful with tomato, look for sugars. You don't really need extra sugar. You're already going to have pasta, right? So carbohydrate, grains, has already natural sugar. You really don't want to add unnecessary sugar to your diet. You're getting sugar from other things that you don't really know. So you really want to make sure that you're not getting extra unnecessary sugar. At least once a day, you should have good, nutritious meal with possibly fresh vegetables and a cooked meal. If you like meat. In our Mediterranean diet and in our program, we tend to use very little meat. Not because we despise meat or because we have anything against meat, but because good meat is expensive. So what we tend to do is to balance our meals so you can afford good quality meat at least once in a while, once a week. Let's say if our budget daily is $25, that should be Logan. In my class, usually there is one child that is in charge of the financials. So in this class is Logan. So Logan does the math for Logan's class. Our budget is 25. So let's count a little bit. 129. Let's exaggerate a bit, okay? Let's say that you want a bigger can of tomatoes, or you cannot find a cheaper one. Okay. So let's pretend that this costs $2. Let's pretend this one costs $2. So it's 4, right? How much are we spending for an onion? $1? We are exaggerating prices right now. We're still at 5, correct? How much a good pound of pasta costs? Usually $2.29 is a very good price for a pound of pasta. So we are at 5 plus $2.29 is $7.29. We should make an effort when we start cooking to have in our pantry at least a bottle of extra virgin oil to keep it in our pantry, good salt, good turmeric, and a plant of mint, of sage, so we can use it when it's needed. So from our pantry, we're going to use the extra virgin oil, salt. So let's say that between everything, we're adding $2 more. We are $9.29. How close are we to our $25? Not really close, right? This is for a family of 5. So if our budget for the week is 25 times 5, and we're saving a little bit of money today, if tomorrow I want to go out and buy a very good ribeye steak that is, let's say, $9.99 a pound, I can. Because I have saved money enough in my budget so I can afford a very good quality meat. for one moment, let's go back to our pasta fagioli. So what is happening over here, you can see that now you can see the pasta, right? So almost all the liquid is absorbed. What we're going to do with our hot water, we're going to start pouring a little bit from here, not too much, and we're going to start mixing it up again. We don't want to do it too much, right? Because, as I said, I don't really like soupy pasta. We want to make sure, now you're going to see my eyeglasses with paper on it, right? Okay. So I'm steaming my eyeglasses, right? Okay. I don't think we are actually very far. One thing that you do before you turn off the taste. One thing that be a chef for day kids learn. When you taste and you use one spoon, this gentleman over here goes in the sink. You're not putting your spoon that you taste back in the pot, okay? So, let's try to, Matteo is ready to taste, but I will not let him. I will be the one tasting. We are actually almost ready, and it's very good. So, Matteo, un po' di acqua, a little bit of water. We are lowering a little bit more, and we are ready to go. What are you doing now? In my kitchen, I don't put the oil back in the pan at this point. So let's turn this off. Let's this sit a little bit. Okay.
With a spoon.
And I need a paper towel. What I'm gonna do is we are gonna get a plate. I'm gonna wait for Matteo to get us a paper towel. Thank you, assistant. Oh, Mama. Okay. Let's clean up. Are we cleaning our surface? We're gonna make it. We are trying actually to let the Chef for Day kids make one of the recipe at home. We only have to figure out the logistics of it. So, one very important thing. Oh, may I have the extra virgin oil in the other bottle, please? One thing that is very important, even when we deliver our food at home to our families, is we want to make sure that our plate looks good. It's important. So, first of all, this looks delicious. And we're going to let Miss Lisa taste it for us at the end. Okay, so Matteo, are we ready?
Yep.
We're waiting for Matteo to get us some. I saved actually, I had a cup of pasta for me over here, but I don't think we need it actually. We're going to do not a very fancy plating, but I want you really to master. This is a leaf of meat. Let's do this. Okay? Just let's cut. Another paper towel, please. Okay. We're gonna clean our plate, right? of any extra splash. I'm going to put this over here. This is a large meat leaf, but why not? Actually, I want to see here. And I'm going to scout for another little cherry tomato to put in here, right? Extra virgin olive. And we're ready. Pasta fagioli. How long it took, Miss Lisa? 20 minutes, 25 minutes. 25 minutes. And for a budget that is really under 5, and even if we exaggerate, so even if you want to double the portions because you want a very, or you have a larger, you have a guest over. Well, not now, you cannot have a guest over right now. But let's say that you have a bigger family. This is a plate that is going to give you all the nutrients that you need. It's going to be delicious, and it's going to be fun to prepare. You can share with your kids the recipe. They can start helping you up, and in 20 minutes you will be ready to eat. So enjoy. I will see you next week at 2:30 American time, 20:30 Italian time. And I don't know what we're making actually next week. I think we will post it. And if you want to review our recipe, you should go on our YouTube channel or on our Facebook. That is Be a Chef Renee BACFAD. And on the website, www.bacfadbeat.org. Our slogan is Beat Hunger, Cook with Us. I will see you next Saturday. Bye, kiddos. Bye-bye.